So I just recorded the whole video without the sound being on. There was no sound playing the whole time I was recording the video. Alright, so I'm about to play this beat. It has a whole bunch of 808 slides in it. I'm gonna show you cool different 808 slides. I'm gonna show you tips and tricks to wow your friends, all of these cool methods. So first I'm gonna play you the beat. Check it out. That's the half with like a whole bunch of 808 slides. This is like the simpler, more modest version with not so many 808 slides, but check it. Alright, so let's first get into it. What is an 808? What is an 808 slide, dog? Because a lot of people don't know. So what a slide note does is it takes the 808 note, the current one, and makes it slide all the way up to the slide note. So in this case, it go from a D to an A. 808 slide notes don't really sound that great on super long notes. So if I have this super long 808 note, right, and I have a super long slide note, let's hear what it sounds like. So it doesn't sound bad particularly. It doesn't sound good. It's kind of just weird. Let's stick with shorter notes. It's way easier to understand as well. So the first thing you need to know about 808 slide notes is that the length matters. In this case, the length does matter. All right, so pause. Nope. Anyways, the length of the slide note determines how long it takes for the slide note to complete the whole slide. Like, so that was super fast. That was a little bit longer. Let's try here. All right, longer. All right, so where you put the 808 note matters as well. How long it is and where you put it is very important. If you put it in the middle of an 808 note, it's gonna activate in the middle. So this is when it's gonna activate, right here. All right. Holy, what just happened, dog? Wherever you put the slide note, that's where it's gonna activate. So since I put it in the middle of the 808 note, it's gonna activate in the middle of the 808 note, right? And since I made it short, it's gonna play super fast. I can make it even shorter. All right, and it plays even faster. All right, and the higher you go, the higher the slide goes. So the main things that you got to keep in mind right now: size matters, and where you place the note matters. So what notes you choose for the 808 note to slide to are just as important as anything, if not more important actually, because if you're making it slide to a note that's not in the scale of the beat that you're using, it's gonna sound like doo-doo. So let's peep this. Yeah, so that's not in the scale. We're in G minor or A sharp major. So I mean, or B flat B flat major, whatever you want to call it. We're in that scale. So these are the notes right here that you can use in G minor, and it won't sound like complete garbage. All right, so you got G, you got A sharp. Okay, I'm trash. All right, and you got C, you got D, you got D sharp, and you got F. And I mainly used A and D and D sharp. So we got these short 808 notes right here, and we have them placed in the very beginning, so they're gonna activate as soon as the 808 note starts. So technically these are like a D and a D sharp note instead of two A notes, because it's gonna instantly slide to these notes instead of playing these notes. right? It's going to sound a little different because they're obviously, it has to slide. It takes its time to slide, but it slides quickly, so it's basically playing these notes. But yeah, so you can do short notes like that and it sounds dope. You can also make it super high up. Like I said, it activates wherever the notes are. You can also put slide notes to make it come down. So multiple slide notes on one 808 note is definitely a thing. I'd stay away from doing 808 slide notes on long 808 notes because those are really hard to manipulate. It's harder for it to sound good because you have to have a long 808 sample. Like the waveform has to be long or it has to be set to loop, so that way it can continue playing higher notes if you choose to slide to higher notes. But that's for another tutorial or something. Like if you guys want a further in-depth detailed 808 slide thing, I can do that. Now we're gonna get into tips and tricks you can do to wow your friends, wow your buddies. All right, so this is one of the tricks. So we have two 808 notes stacked on top of each other, back to back. And then we have two 808 slides stacked on top of each other. Let's hear what it sounds like. So you can hear that it sounds like it's growling and like it sounds harmonized, but like a very basic harmonized. So we're gonna play it without the 808 slides. Right? It sounds basically like a regular. You can't really tell the difference. And then you have the 808 slides without the other two on top. Sound dope, but the top layer also adds a higher effect. As long as you hear the differences, I feel like you're learning. So you can definitely stack 808 slide notes. That's definitely a thing. You just saw it happen. And you can definitely stack 808 notes, but I'd probably try to do them in the same scenario. I wouldn't try to just stack 808 notes on top of each other outside of having slides, because it just makes things, especially if you don't lower the velocity, it makes things sound gross. Like it sounds super rumbly and you can hear the low end clashing and it doesn't sound good. When you do this technique, make sure that the lower notes, you lower the velocity. You can do that by control left clicking and dragging over them to highlight. And then after you do that, you can alt plus X, so alt and X together, and then just mess with this multiply knob, and bringing it up brings the velocity up, bringing it down brings the velocity down. And you can always press the X to undo, or control Z, whatever, if you mess up. And if the panel is not here, you don't see it, then try going to the bottom. There should be a thing you can drag up, and then you should be able to do it. So that's one cool thing you can do. Just make sure everything is in key. And also, you can do different 808 slides. So like this can be D and this can be D sharp. This can be D sharp and this can be A. And it doesn't sound bad. Just make sure you're in key with your 808 slide notes and your 808 notes. If it doesn't sound right, it's probably because
you suck.
Your 808's not in key. So let's just go over the stutter effect. Make short notes, and then you drag the velocity down. It slowly like fades down per note. And then if I did it here, I would do like this. And then you can pan your 808 slides or your 808 notes. You can have these notes going to the left, and then these notes going to the right. So yeah, that's some cool stuff you can do. Another cool thing you can do is make a second 808 pattern. So you would go here, you could literally clone the one you have by just clicking on it and then clicking somewhere else on the playlist. Then you can make it unique. And then I already have one, so I'm just gonna put mine back in here. But you have yours as unique, and then you can copy slides from your original pattern over to the second one. So as you can see, it has the same slides, just not all of them in the first one. But yeah, you can copy those, or you can make new ones if you want, and then you can go EQ them So assign it to a channel and then EQ the mids and lows out. And people consider this like secret sauce, but I mean, all right. So put reverb on it. You don't have to put reverb. You can put delay. And then you have these cool little ambient 808 slides in the back that sound dope. So here's what it sounds like without the main 808 plugin. Sounds really dope. So yeah, you literally cut out the mids and lows of the 808, of the second 808, and then you you put reverb on it if you want, and then you could put delay and stuff. You could probably throw other effects on it like flingus and stuff, and really spice it up if you wanted to. I mean, that's really about it. If you guys want a second part, let me know. If you want to see other things, let me know. Make sure you go follow my Twitter and vote on the Twitter poll for the next video idea. I do one of those every time I'm about to post a video or make a video. If you have any questions about what I said, you didn't get something, or I didn't explain it well enough, just let me know. And also we have a Discord where you can just join that, and there's a lot of good producers in here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Till the next video, I'm out.